President Trump calls out San Francisco for its troubled streets. One native of the city says that he's shutting down his bar due to rampant drug dealing outside of his door. KPIX5's political reporter Melissa Caen in San Francisco with this longtime business owner who simply has had enough. Right, Melissa?
That's right. We're on 7th Street, just south of Market in San Francisco. Now, behind me is a bar called Mr. Smith's. And about 50 feet in that direction, you can't see it, but trust me, that's the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And across the street is the office of the U.S. government in San Francisco. Now, despite these prestigious buildings, this is an area that is also rife with drug dealing and, of course, open-air drug using. And now the owner of Mr. Smith's has shut its doors, saying neither employees nor customers want to walk the gauntlet that is now required just to get inside.
It's always hard shutting down a business, and it's frustrating when it's something that I feel the city should be able to control or do something about, and that they're just not.
Max Young says that when he opened Mr. Smith's in the Tenderloin in the early 2000s, the area was pretty deserted.
There was some street level crime, and there were some issues, but not to the level that we're seeing today.
He hoped that some new hotels and other businesses in the area would improve the neighborhood.
Instead, it's gotten increasingly worse, and now I'm dealing with organized drug dealers on my corner every day.
In fact, in the few minutes we took to do this interview, several drug deals took place in plain sight.
I don't know the details or where the breakdown in the situation is. I do know the police are working their tails off, and so it's not there.
1, 2, 3.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed says the city needs more housing and accountability.
People are not being held accountable for their actions, and that's important to make sure that we have a district attorney's office that are addressing these issues.
The DA's office says that last year there were about 2 arrests for drug dealing each day, and it prosecuted 86% of them. But the dealers have small amounts of drugs on them, which makes courts very hesitant to jail them for very long. But Young says something has to change.
What we're doing now isn't working.
Now, some 89 people died of fentanyl overdoses last year in San Francisco, and Max Young says that if 89 people were shot, for example, the city would bring all its resources and energy to bear to make sure it didn't happen again. And yet, when it comes to drug use and drug dealing, some people here are just too happy to look the other way. Live in San Francisco, Melissa Caen, KPIX5.